What up, Santiago? And I'm back. Keary Colbert, USC Trojan, wide receivers coach, former NFL player, and 805 representative, man. Just for those that don't know, I've known Keary since he was little.
Yeah, since I was a young pup.
Little, yeah, man.
Talk about like Bubbling Springs and Boys and Girls Club and all kind of young stuff.
And I knew you were always an athlete, and I knew you were always active and everything. But just, again, to see your growth and to see you now as a coach for USC, as a wide receivers coach, man, going back to your alma mater, that makes me proud. You know what I mean? Anytime I see somebody from the town doing their thing, that makes me proud, man. So you're one of those people. Obviously, Fernando Vargas was in here last week. He's one of those people as well.
I appreciate it. And I mean, I think we all take pride in being from Oxnard and being from the 805. And I think, we've all had a lot of good examples that have come before us. And I just think part of growing up in Oxnard is we take so much pride in that, is that we just want to continue to hold that standard and set the bar and raise the bar even higher for the next generation that comes after us. So, I'm proud of what you're doing for this, having this radio show. And I think, there's somebody in Oxnard now, there's a little kid that knows you, that's watching you, and that's going to aspire to be on air. And I think it's just awesome, man, to be able to influence and encourage people.
We both graduated from the same high school. Thank you, by the way, for those kind words. We both graduated from the same high school. Do you get to go back to Hueneme and coach some of the kids or talk to some of the kids from the football squad or just in general?
NCAA rules does not allow me to go back and coach and instruct and all that type of stuff. I do try to go back and support when I can, whether it's girls basketball. There was a couple years ago, they had a really good girls basketball run. I try to get back as much as possible. And
when I was living out there and doing radio out there, I went to my high school as much as possible. You know what I mean? I went back to my junior high as much as possible. I just wanted to hear that from you. Yes, you're going back.
Family, man. We Viking pride, you know what I mean? And we take pride in it. And it was not a 4-year experience. It's a lifetime.
That's what it is when you grow up in the town. Now, moving on, man, after your football career, how'd you become Coach Colbert?
I'm going to tie it back to Oxnard and Hueneme again. My uncle was the head coach at Hueneme High School, Larry Miller. That was my mom's younger brother. So I always was around the program, and I was always around teams, and I kind of always known that I wanted to be a coach, just kind of growing up with that. So when I got to USC, Lane Kiffin was my receiver coach, and I knew he was a smart young coach. I had kind of put the bug in his ear early, and I said, hey, when you become a head coach one day, when I'm done playing, save a job for me. I want to be a receiver coach. So sure enough, I had played a few years in the league, and Lane Kiffin was named the head coach at USC, and he asked me if I wanted to be on his staff, and I took the invitation, and that just kind of started off my coaching career, and I've been a couple other places since then, but, ultimately I'm happy to finally be back at USC.
I think everybody's happy that you're back at USC. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Man, we got big expectations this year. We start camp on Thursday. We had a tough year last year. We're really, really hungry and really excited about, our new opportunity, and try to focus on, our first game of the season, because that's the most important one.
When is it?
Fresno State.
Oh, Fresno State.
We're going to be ready for that, and guys have been working really, really hard.
When I come back, I want to ask you, what advice would you give, and what advice were you given when you decided sports is going to be my career? We'll get the answer to that in 15 minutes.